McKinsey's 7S model, a framework for organizational effectiveness. As valuation professional, what are we trying to look at? As valuation professional, we are engaged with valuation of a company. We are obliged to find valuation of different companies or different assets on behalf of our clients. From that perspective, we have been looking at different angles, and those the angles that we have looked at: number 1, global; number 2, economy; number 3, industry; and number 4, company, that we are currently discussing. In case of company, we have looked at the company information, we have looked at the financial analysis of the company, and now we are looking at the third dimension, and that is the dimension of organizational effectiveness. And why are we looking at organizational effectiveness? That is because value of any organization, whether in India or outside India, whether in manufacturing or in service, whether in FMCG or in infrastructure, doesn't really matter what may be the organization. Ultimately, value of this organization, assuming all the other factors to be same, value of this organization will depend on the ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इफेक्टिवनेस. तो जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जितना ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव होगा इन इस ऑपरेशंस, उसको उतनी ज़्यादा वैल्यू मिलेगी, उसके उतने ज़्यादा वैल्यूएशंस अट्रैक्टिव होंगे. तो ये जो मैकेंजी का 7S मॉडल है, ये मैकेंजी का जो 7S मॉडल है, ये फ्रेमवर्क हमको क्या बताता है? ये फ्रेमवर्क हमको बताता है 7Ss. तो मैकेंजी के जो 7S फ्रेम मॉडल का फ्रेमवर्क है, वो उसमें उन्होंने 7Ss को आइडेंटिफाई किया है. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मैकेंजीज, दी 7 एलिमेंट्स, दे डिवाइड इट इनटू हार्ड एसेस and soft S's, and then one is common S, with that is shared value. So what are the hard S as per the McKinsey's 7S model? Now before I forget, let me tell you, there can be a question here. And what can be the question? The question can be McKinsey's organizational effectiveness model talks about S's. How many? And they'll give you option A, B, C, D. 7 S's, 6 S's, 5 S's, 8 S's. So if you, of course, you will give the answer as 7 S's, because McKinsey's this model on organizational effectiveness talks about 7 S's. And so this is the question that you can get in the exam. So what are the hard S's? So number 1 is the strategy. That means, is the organization having a very sound strategy? Number 2, structure. So having a strategy is one thing, but what is equally important for the success of that strategy, do they have a structure in place in the organization? And number 3, so not only you need the structure for the strategy to be implemented, you also need systems to be in place for the implementation of the strategy. So, and that these are the 3 hard S's of the McKinsey's 7S model on organizational effectiveness. Then this model also talks about for 3 more S's, and those it refers as soft S's. So what are these soft S's? And that is, number 1 is skills. How are the skills of the people in the organization? So there is a strategy in place, there is a structure in place, there are systems in place. Do the people have the skills for implementing that strategy? So that is your skills. Staff. Is the organization having sufficient staff? And not only sufficient staff, but staff with the right kind of skill sets. And that's your soft S7. And third is the style, leadership style. So what is the leadership style? Is the leadership style is driven by value creation, or is the leadership style is driven only by making profit? And remember, only focus only on profit is not a good sign. The focus has to be make a profit through the value creation. So these are the 6 S's as per the McKinsey's 7S model, and the seventh S as part of the McKinsey's organizational effectiveness model, and that is shared value. That means all this that we are talking about, all these 6 S's that we are talking about, are these shared values among everyone within the organization. So is it that everyone is clear about the mission and the vision and the objective of the organization, or is it only the top of the organization which is aware of this? And if that is the case, it won't help. So what is necessary for the organizational effective to take place? And that is, all the S's got to be the shared values. So this, friends, is your McKinsey's 7S model for organizational इफेक्टिवनेस. सो जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये जो 7 S's जिनकी हमने बात करी है जो जगह पर होंगे, तो उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की इफेक्टिवनेस उतनी ज़्यादा होगी, और जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जितना ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव होगा उसकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी उतनी बेटर होगी, और जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी जितनी अच्छी होगी उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के वैल्यूएशंस भी उतने अच्छे होंगे. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट McKinsey's 7S model.